are going to start with our next point, that is a initial condition in inductor. Okay, so let us draw one more circuitry. So circuitry that we are supposed to draw, like we have the switch which is to be closed at t is equal to 0. We have an inductor, voltage source connected across, and a current I of t. As it is for the inductor, we'll call this one as IL of t. Okay, so this is what the initial condition that we are supposed to identify for this circuit. So consider an inductor connected to the voltage source across the inductor, and in case of inductor, the relationship between the voltage and current, it is given by VL. Okay, VL is equal to L into di by dt. But right now, as it is the inductor current, we'll call that one as dil of dt. Okay, so let us call this one as equation number 1. So here this L is the value of inductance, di of L by dt, which indicates the rate of change of inductor. Okay, so rate of change of inductor current with respect to what time t. So if DC current, if this the DC current is there, that is, if DC current flows, this IL will be, I'll just write for DC. Okay, for direct current, IL will be a constant, isn't it, which flows through inductor, then DIL of dt will be 0. Therefore, what will happen? Voltage across inductor will be 0. Okay, since the voltage across inductor becomes 0, it indicates that a short circuit condition, and thus for DC current in steady state condition, inductor acts as a short circuit. Keep in mind, in DC current or for a DC current in steady state condition, inductor acts as a short circuit. So to obtain the initial condition, let us consider the equation of current through the inductor. Let us write current through inductor is given by, how it can be mentioned, IL is equal to 1 by L integration of VL dt. So consider that the switch is closed at t is equal to 0. Switch closed at t is equal to 0. Then t is equal to 0 minus, what it indicates? It indicates the time instant just before the switching action. And t is equal to 0 plus, it indicates the time instant just after the switching. And since the switching action takes place at t is equal to 0, the period, that is the time period which is being varied from, we can write it as the time varying from what, t is equal to minus infinity to t is equal to, I just write t is equal to 0 minus. What it is exactly? It is just before the time before the switching, minus infinity to 0 minus, is it? Which indicates the past history of the inductor. Okay, and the switch takes place at t is equal to 0. So let us assume, or let us say, we will operate inductor up to time period t. So the limits of the integration will be now, which will be, that is t is equal to minus infinity to t. So now the integration will change from IL is equal to 1 upon L integration of minus infinity to t VL dt. So to obtain the past history, the initial condition, let us split the limits of the integration as t is equal to, I'll just write over here, to obtain past history. Okay. Okay. So to obtain the past history, split the limits. So the limits will be now IL is equal to 1 upon L integration of minus infinity to 0 minus VL dt plus 1 upon L 0 minus to t VL dt. So what it indicates? This one, these two terms. First, this indicates current in past history. And what this term? This current after switching. Are you getting my point? So the term at RHS, or the right hand side, which indicates the value of the current, which is varying from t is equal to minus infinity to 0 minus, that means before the switching, and it represents the past history. So it is called as the initial current, okay, of the inductor. So this past history current, as we have to obtain, so it is called the initial current. So to define or identify the initial current, it is defined or noted as IL of 0 minus. So your equation will be now IL is equal to IL of 0 minus plus 1 upon L integration of 0 minus to t VL dt. Okay. So what is this one? This is a initial current and this second term, it is the actual current after switching. Okay. So we are considering an ideal switch in which the switching action takes place instantaneously. That means no time period is required for closing the switch. Now at t is equal to 0 plus, what will happen? The time period just after closing the switch. So what will be your equation? It will be IL of 0 plus, which is equal to IL of 0 minus plus integration of 1 upon L to the 0 minus to 0 plus VL dt. Okay. So since the switching action is instantaneous, integration or integration term is from 0 minus to 0 plus, which becomes a 0, and thus we can write it as IL of 0 plus is equal to IL of 0 minus, which indicates that the current through the inductor cannot change instantaneously. Are you getting my point? Current through the inductor cannot change instantaneously. Therefore, the voltage across inductor is VL is equal to L into di by dt. Okay. Now at the time of switching, this t is equal to 0, which means dt is equal to 0. Therefore, VL will be, I'll just write at t is equal to 0, dt is equal to 0. Therefore, VL is equal to infinite. So since the voltage across inductor is infinite, at the time of switching, inductor acts as a open circuit. At the time of switching, inductor acts as a open circuit. Consider that there is one current known as the I0, which is flowing through the inductor at t is equal to, I'll just write, consider I0, which is flowing at t is equal to 0 minus, that means just before the switching. So since the current through the inductor cannot change instantaneously, the current at t is equal to 0 plus will be same as switching. Are you getting my point? Current before switching will be remain same as that of the current after switching. So we are having VL is equal to L into DIL by dt. So at t is equal to infinite, I'll just write here. Okay, we are having VL is equal to L into di by dt. So at t is equal to infinite, VL is equal to what? 0. So thus at t is equal to infinite, voltage across the inductor becomes 0. That means it acts as a short circuit. And here this t is equal to infinite indicates that the inductor is open or the inductor is operated for the longer time period, and the condition at t is equal to infinite is called the steady state condition. Okay, this is called as the steady state condition, where under this condition the inductor acts as a short circuit. Okay, inductor acts as a short circuit. Are you getting? There are the two conditions. One is for the voltage. When the voltage is at infinite, the time switching, okay, at the time of switching, inductor acts as a open circuit.
Opens.
Correct. And when it is for the current at a steady state condition, inductor acts as a short circuit. These are what two very important conditions of the inductor. So the third point that we are starting for now, that is the initial conditions for capacitor or in capacitor. So let us draw the circuitry. Let us consider this switch T is there, which is connected across the voltage and a capacitor. Okay. Vc of t is the voltage across the capacitor at the instantaneous value. Voltage is there, okay, plus minus, and the current now here will define it as Ic of t. Okay, so consider a capacitor connected to the voltage across this voltage source as shown in the circuitry, and the current through the capacitor is related to the voltage across capacitor as it can be mentioned as Ic is equal to C into dVc by dt. So here C is the value of capacitance. So if a DC voltage is applied, then d by dt of Vc is equal to 0, and because DC voltage is constant with respect to the time, therefore this voltage or the DC voltage and the current through capacitor IC becomes 0, and it represents the open circuit. And thus for the DC voltage or the DC voltage, the capacitor acts as a open circuit. Are you getting my point? Once again, here in case of inductor, we have also defined it as initial condition where the inductor was acting as a short circuit, but here in case of capacitor, when the DC supply is provided, it acts as a open circuit. So the voltage across the capacitor, it can be written as Vc is equal to 1 upon C integration of Ic dt. So to identify the initial conditions, that is the in the past, let us perform the integration from minus infinity to t. Therefore, your equation will be now Vc is equal to 1 upon C integration of minus infinity to t Ic dt. Again, what we have to do? We have to split the integration. Again, for what? To identify or to check the switching action. When the switching action takes place at t is equal to 0, we need to split the equation. So equation will be now Vc is equal to 1 upon C minus infinity to 0 minus Ic dt plus integration of 0 minus to t Ic dt. So here the first term at RHS or the right hand side, okay, indicates history period because it represents the voltage from t is equal to minus infinity to 0 minus, okay, and that means it is the initial voltage across the capacitor. So it is defined or denoted as Vc of 0 minus. So what is Vc of 0 minus? This is what the initial condition 1 upon C integration of minus infinity to 0 minus Ic dt. Therefore, Vc is equal to Vc of 0 minus, okay, I'll call this one as initial voltage plus integration of 0 minus to t Ic dt. Okay. So now at t is equal to 0 plus, that is just after the switching, your equation, this equation will be now, okay, I'll just write now at t is equal to 0 plus, your equation will be now Vc of 0 plus, where it is Vc of 0 minus plus 0 minus to 0 plus Ic dt. Okay, so we have considered an ideal switch. That means the switch operates in a zero time period. Okay, so what is that zero time period? We have defined it as, therefore it is 0 minus to 0 plus Ic dt is equal to 0. Okay, so if we compare these two equations, that is this one, and I'll call this one as equation initially 1, 2 and 3. So if we compare the equation, the initial second and third equation, we can say that Vc of 0 plus is equal to Vc of 0 minus. What is? It indicates that the voltage across the capacitor can't change instantaneously. It cannot be changed instantaneously. When an uncharged capacitor is connected to the voltage source, then the current starts flowing through the capacitor instantaneously. So thus at t is equal to 0 plus, this condition is just after switching, capacitor acts as a short circuit. Okay, so let us consider that the capacitor is fully charged, okay, at t is equal to infinite, then it can be considered as open circuit. But t is equal to infinite, it indicates that the steady state condition. So thus under steady state condition, capacitor acts as a open circuit. So before switching, the capacitor is charged to voltage V0, which represents the initial voltage across the capacitor. Therefore, at t is equal to 0 plus, the capacitor acts as a constant voltage source of value V0. And now at t is equal to 0, that is infinite, the under steady state condition, capacitor gets fully charged and it acts as an open circuit. And thus for under steady state condition, capacitor is represented by a voltage of source V0 in series with the open circuit. Okay, so there are the conditions at t is equal to 0 plus and the t is equal to infinite. So let us draw those table. Is there any doubt till here? So whenever we are dealing with this circuit, okay, or the initial conditions, let us summarize those points. Summary of initial conditions. It has the two parts. I'll call this one as part A, where the equivalent circuits at t is equal to 0 plus. Okay, so we have element, next its symbol, and a equivalent circuit. Okay, so first element, it is the resistor. Okay, its symbol, all of you are knowing, R, and its equivalent circuit will remain as it is. Okay, next, second, we have a inductor without initial current I0. So it is L, and its circuit will be, it is a OC. OC means open circuit. Third one, inductor with initial current, okay, initial current I0, its representation will be I0 next. Fourth condition, capacitor without initial voltage V0. Okay, it acts as a short circuit, SC. Fifth, capacitor with initial charge or the voltage, not an issue, V0. So it can be mentioned as it can be represented as open circuit. So this condition, what are these condition? When the equivalent circuits are at t is equal to 0 plus. So switch is operated at t is equal to 0. So t is equal to 0 plus indicates the conditions just after the switching. For resistor, that is, there is no initial condition, so value of resistance remains the same after the switching. Next, second, if no initial current is passing through the inductor, then at t is equal to 0 plus, it acts as an open circuit. And if the initial current is passing through the inductor before the switching, then it represents the 0 plus, and it is represented by the constant current before the source value, that is I0. Fourth one, that is, if a capacitor is not initially charged, then at t is equal to 0 plus, it acts as a short circuit. And if the capacitor is initially charged, to the voltage, that is before the switching, then at t is equal to 0 plus, it represents, or it is represented by the voltage across the value or the source of the value, that is V0. So the next point is, that is part B, which is nothing but equivalent circuits at t is equal to infinite. So again, 3 columns: element, symbol, and the equivalent circuit. So initially, if any network element is connected to the voltage source for a longer time period, then at time t is equal to infinite, at this time the network element attain, or it tries to attain, the steady state value. So this condition is called the steady state condition. So since the elements tries to attain the steady state condition, its derivative becomes 0, and that means the inductor voltage VL is equal to 0 and the current through the capacitor IC is equal to 0. So therefore at t is equal to 0, inductor acts as a short circuit and capacitor acts as a open circuit. We have already discussed this point. So let us start with the elements. So first element is resistor. So resistor at t is equal to infinite, as symbol is like this one, R, as there is no change in the value of the resistor because it does not contain any derivative. So equivalent circuit will remain as it is, that is R. Second point, inductor without initial current. What is that initial current? I0. So inductor will be like this one, okay, L. So when, if no initial current is passing through the inductor, then it acts as a short circuit. Third condition, inductor with initial current I0. So it will be now I0 is the current which is moving across inductor. So it will be like a short circuit and a current source I0. Okay. So if initial current I0 is passing through the inductor, then at t is equal to infinite, it is represented by the current source of a value I0, which is in parallel with a short circuit. Fourth condition, capacitor without initial charge V0. So capacitor without initial charge, it will be acting as a open circuit. Okay. So if capacitor is not initially charged at t is equal to infinite, it is represented by the open circuit. Fifth one, capacitor with initial voltage V0. Okay. So when, if the capacitor is initially charged to the voltage, then it is represented by the voltage source V0 with open circuit. So symbol, there is no any symbol for this one, but it can be represented like, okay, this is V0 plus minus and a capacitor which is acting as a open circuit. Are you getting my point? So these are what the initial conditions for at t is equal to infinite.